rain and all. Before we get started, I wanted to thank everyone for being here and for our many sponsors that help make tonight happen, including Play for the Earth, Dave Light Properties, thank you so much. Puget Sound Benefit Services, Community Food Co-op, Ecotech Solar, and if you have not been by Resources and Restore recently, they partnered with us to put a wonderful bank of solar panels above the Restore parking lot, so come by and check it out. They did a wonderful job. The Pepper Sisters, Heritage Bank, Mount Bakery, Numu, and I have to say Play for Earth again because I think I got lost at the beginning. Thank you so much for being such great sponsors. That our elected officials and dignitaries that are here tonight stand so we can honor their service, both city and tribal council members who are here with us this evening. I wanted to recognize Chairman Jay Julius, as well as the nomination, city council member, thank you. And also, please, we have a wonderful board of directors that helps us do so much work and helps bring together this amazing community here tonight. So I'd also like to ask the Resources Board of Directors to please stand and also be recognized. Sponsors here tonight, in addition to our board members who have generously hosted different tables and invited you here. So thank you to all of you as well. It makes a big difference. Thank you, Boundary Bay, for donating wonderful beer and serving this evening. I really want to go over Lana Nixon from Boundary Bay as well, and Sarah Wood, Gather Confections for the dessert we'll be having at the end of the program. It looks like it's going to be absolutely wonderful. Thank you also for the members of the Blessing this earlier today, the Children of the Setting Sun production. Thank you for being part of that with us. As you can see, we have a team of volunteers. Thank you, all of you, for being here early in the pouring rain. And a special thank you, of course, to Julia Spencer, our wonderful donor and event planner who pulled this thing off and does it every year. So thank you, Julia. All right. Thank you, everyone. And this celebration, of course, is to honor three outstanding individuals and the work they've done really over their lifetimes. We're here to honor them because each one of us here really cares deeply about our community and about our planet. We're here because we can believe we can make a difference for this place we live in, and we are here because we know that we have great power when we work together. And we're here because we have unprecedented challenges in front of us right now. The places we love, the species we cherish, the resources we depend upon are really at the brink. This is what we're facing right now. And honestly, it keeps me up at night. That and the challenges of raising two teenage boys, which is a zone. And over the last year or two, maybe many of you have felt this as well, I have found it harder and harder to really shape emotionally, to rise above the challenges that our planet is facing, to really look away from the planet's distress, and to not carry with me the fire-engulfed Amazon basin, the melting glaciers around the globe. It's wearying, and I'm a basically happy person, and I find it wearying. This truth has hit me particularly hard recently. Climate change is here. It's not a question any longer of if we can stop it. It's a question of how can we limit its impacts and how quickly can we stabilize our planet. My kids, all of our kids, are growing up in a climate-changed world. A world of extreme uncertainty where the news each week of different embattled habitats and communities begins to feel overwhelming. Extreme weather events are already damaging communities and fragile habitats around the globe. So, honestly, during my bouts of insomnia, one of my questions is, I think to myself, what happens if our collective effort is not sufficient? What if we do not take this moment to take real action and turn this around? What will it mean for my kids and kids around the globe? What will their lives be with acidic oceans, accelerated species extinction, countries literally being submerged and swallowed by sea level rise? What will happen to the Pacific Northwest, a place I and we all dearly love? We don't know exactly what's going to happen here, how things will play out, but scientific predictions paint a pretty clear picture of what things will look like if we don't take full action on climate change. I honestly would like to look away. But in my life, in this leadership role, and as a parent, I can't. We really need to be honest about the magnitude of what we face. But that can be really hard for us grown-ups. It can make us question our plans. It can make us question our priorities and think what we thought our next few decades were going to look like, individually and collectively. But our kids are way ahead of us on this. They are just facing the truth and asking questions honestly that most adults in our country are just not ready to ask. For example, this summer, my 13-year-old, who despite being raised by two environmentalists, mostly thinks about mountain biking and Instagram, actually says to me, "Mommy," and yes, he still calls me Mommy. She's so sweet. "I saw a YouTube video about the hot weather melting 200 billion tons of ice in Greenland this summer. So is it all going into the oceans?" He asked me. As a parent, it's incredibly difficult, I find, to know how to respond to our kids in these situations. Do you say yes, that you know that Greenland is melting, and move on? Or do you stop in that moment and fess up to what you know but really do not want to acknowledge? The state of our planet that they're inheriting, the delays and the half-solutions that have brought us to this point. The truth is, our kids, our grandkids, our nieces, our nephews are already witnessing climate change closer to home. They know what's happening. Forests burn, creeks run dry. The southern resident orcas and Chinook salmon are further stressed by climate change. Again, my 13-year-old son this summer. "Mommy, did you know that scientists think another local orca died, and they only eat Chinook salmon, and there aren't enough of those?" And then he asked, "Can't we just feed more Chinook to the orcas?" I mean, the truth is that we cannot shield our children from the ecological truths of the world we're growing up in. And amazingly, they seem to frequently jump to problem solving, to coming up with ideas. Indeed, it is the voice of Swedish 16-year-old Greta Thunberg that has captured the world's attention like no grown-up has been able to do, like no UN scientific report or documentary film. If you have not watched her and heard her words, you should Google her and listen to it. She asks of us, if not you, then who? If not now, then when? I am so encouraged and moved by how kids and teens are responding to Greta and her message. Even my 13-year-old son plans to bike with his buddies down to the climate protest on September 20th with his friends to be there and to take action. And they're going to stop at the mountain bike park on the way back, but they do plan to go. And it's true, it's amazing to see how many of them are just taking it in stride and looking for the answers and wondering what can happen. So where does this leave us, the grown-ups in the room? For me, it definitely leaves me ready to meet our children's challenge. And this is how we will win. We win when we come together and draw the line of what we will no longer accept. We win when we say no more to giant fossil fuel mega corporations and rise up to claim our right to invest in renewable energy and to move toward the thoughtful transition that supports energy workers as things change. When we win, we take bold action, and even when it's inconvenient, and especially when it's uncomfortable or hard or painful. This is important because sometimes when something is uncomfortable, it means that we're actually moving things forward and moving societal norms. This is critical. And this is what resources is all about. That is why we're all here tonight, to make that sort of transformation. Recent history, in fact, has shown that when we come together, we win. Resources and allies, and many of you in this room, have been able to score amazing victories in recent years. Wins that were so big and had such ripple effects that I think they surprised a lot of us. So what will we do together to fight climate change? At Resources, we have laid out 4 strategic fronts of action that get at the core of the climate crisis and its impacts here at home. I am so excited about this work because I think it can really make a difference and make great gains. First, we will continue to block the expansion of new and dangerous fossil fuel capacity at Cherry Point and beyond. Together, our coalitions have successfully blocked 7 proposed coal port terminals across the Pacific Northwest, and we will continue to hold the line. Yet Cherry Point remains a critical access point for tar sands, for crude oil, and for frac gas shipments from Canada to the Pacific. If we hold the line here, in our backyard, we will not only stop more oil trains and pipelines running through our waters and our towns and prevent more oil tankers from further endangering the Salton Sea, but we can also potentially avoid billions of tons of carbon from entering our atmosphere. And this is an important point that a measure we can take here. 2, we will accelerate the transition to renewable energy by successfully educating and mobilizing citizens to push for groundbreaking initiatives and policies that can be also replicated in other areas. Specifically, this includes campaigning for the creation of a clean energy transition fund in Bellingham that will advance ambitions to service all buildings, both commercial and residential, with 100% renewable energy by 2035. And 3, we will escalate pressure on local and regional decision makers to plan for local climate impacts. Resources team has developed smart policy ideas that can help protect our communities. We have the relationships to move these policies forward and to amass people power to get them passed. Climate preparedness can and must become part of our planning process. Preparation now leads mitigation and big costs later. And 4, we will expand our climate change education and problem-solving initiatives for those who have the most at stake, again, our children. We have developed new climate change curriculum in partnerships with local school districts and support teachers with the tools and knowledge to teach hard-to-teach topics like climate change science, and support kids learning these hard-to-hear truths in a way that honors their right to know and inspires their hopeful action. So these are the 4 pillars that we're going to be moving forward with this next year and beyond. And I am here to tell you tonight that Resources is more needed now than ever. The challenges we face are immense, but these are the challenges of our generation, and we can rise to meet them. That is why I joined Resources 9 months ago, and that is why we're all here tonight. And that is why I stand in front of you tonight. Resources has watchdog our community and the region's environment for decades. We have helped build coalitions to fight back 8 fossil fuel projects in the Salton Sea region. has fought pollution and secured stronger laws to protect our air and our water and our land and our public safety. That is who Resources is, and we've got your back. And now we need you to have ours. We need your time and your ideas and your support and your financial giving. We can do this, but we can only do it together. Thank you so much. And I would like to ask Holly Harris, our Vice President of Board of Directors of Resources, to come to the podium.